Some more bad news for the migrants. Apparently plans to move migrants into a former RAF base in Essex have been delayed because of inadequate water supplies and internet connections.
Is that Wethersfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was supposed to be up and running. They were saying, God.
Well, apparently they haven't been able to get a new water pipe installed, and the Wi-Fi's not very good.
Yeah, and meanwhile, up at RAF Scrampton, they can't get it going because of the local protests. The barge, as we know, remains empty.
Yeah.
This is the left-wing blob. It's the left-wing blob making sure that none of these new accommodation centres for migrants will ever get off the ground.
I know.
It is ridiculous. We are not governed and ruled in this country by the Tory government. We are governed by the woke left-wing blob that operate underneath the counter.
Yes, absolutely right. And if they can't do it legally, they'll somehow work another way around it.
It's a wrecking tactic.
You know, it's like they can't get elected, so now they'll just stop everybody who was elected from doing it.
The Bibby Stockholm, which now docked in Portland, Dorset, ludicrously 3 weeks ago and remains empty, has been in commission since 1976, nearly 50 years, half a century. All over the world, it has housed migrants, it has housed homeless people and a lot of construction workers. At one point, it had construction workers on it up in Shetland. It's been in Holland, it's been in Germany, you name it, it's been there. 50 years, never once has it had a fire. Suddenly, it arrives in Portland, Dockland, just as the migrants are going to go on board. And guess what? Our authorities announce this is a floating Grenfell, an inferno in the making.
Right. Well, it will be if somebody sets fire to one of their cabins, but I mean, you might as well say anything. You know, this studio's a fire risk if you suddenly get a blowtorch out and start burning the desk with it. You know?
Yeah, exactly right. But it might not be a fire risk if someone does that. I don't believe this. This is the left-wing blob thwarting a Tory government plan.
Shall we move on to the wokest? Because I've got Judy in Norfolk has actually sent me this in, and we're looking at this story. Morning, Mike and Kevin. Have you heard the latest diktat from NHS managers? Apparently, their handbook now bans staff from offering sympathy to worried female colleagues regarding gender-neutral toilets.
Yes. So if they say, I'd like a safe space, NHS managers have to say, well, you get out of here. You can't have a safe space. You share the bogs and shut up. Right. You know?
So what's happened to the safe space brigade then? Because normally you'd expect the NHS to be full of people like that. Remember Julie Hartley-Brewer got kicked out of Labour Party conference a few years ago for making fun of safe spaces. Yeah. But apparently now you can't get one.
No, they don't like safe spaces now. No. They don't like it at all. Right. Also on the woke front, our bunch of bankers friends in bank world have come up with a list of names and words that you cannot say. So you can't say black market. No. Racist.
Excellent.
It's not racist to say black market. You have to say illegal market instead.
But it might not be illegal,
female. Male, female, and other phrases that could be deemed offensive are being discouraged by bank leaders. Male and female could be deemed offensive.
This is bad news for Blackfriars Bridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey? We'll have to change that.
Yeah. Blackburn Rovers, they've had it.
Crikey.
Yeah, there's so many problems. But this is just pathetic.
What about the colour black? If you wanted to, you know, what colour do you want that suit in? Black, please. I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Why have our banks become sort of extreme far left fanatics?
I would put this to you: the fact that our economy is in the toilet and the banks aren't doing their job might be connected, don't you think?
Yeah.
The banks don't seem to know how to control it. Bank of England doesn't know how to control inflation, but it does know how to put in gender-neutral toilets. Your regular bank wants to ban you because you don't like, you know, trans ideology and because you don't like pride flags everywhere. But what they can't do is actually run the bank.
Absolutely not. They're no good at their job, but they're very good at being stupidly woke.